What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel again and the video. Today is very dark and windy and cold, but if you haven't seen or can't tell, we're here at Whitby and we're going to do the Illuminated Abbey.
Which is part of the English Heritage group, but you don't have to be a member to come and do these special events. We've been members in the past for a couple of years. This year we decided we just didn't have the time for the membership to be valued, so we've just bought the ticket for tonight's event, which anybody can do.
But if you have your English Heritage membership, you do get a discounted ticket, whereas we paid the full price for the ticket.
But again, it's great value for money. It's a fantastic night. It's lovely that, again, it's a little bit cool, a little bit breezy, but it's not raining. So big thumbs up for not raining. So we're going to take you around and show you the Abbey. There might not be much commentary. There might be a little bit of commentary.
Must be nice, chill vibe.
Chill vibe. Nice, chill walk around, have a little look and see what you can see, and definitely see whether you're going to get yourselves here. It's running till 2nd of November, so that's this Sunday. So if we do get this up in time and you want to pop down to Whitby, there's some fantastic places to stay, some fantastic places to see, and lots of spooky atmosphere because it's goth weekend this weekend, so that would be really interesting.
Yeah, like we went in one of the charity shops and all of the clothes were just black. So they've got rid of colour for the next week. Every item, if you're coming at goth weekend and you've got nothing to wear, do not worry, because the charity shops here are loaded with loads of black and different outfits for you. So we'll head round. We're just here at the church.
Yeah, so we're at St Mary's Church, which this is, again, one of the oldest churches in Whitby. It's just recently had the scaffolding removed. They've had lots of restoration work. I still don't think the clock's been put on. If you want more information on that, if you follow the Whitby photographer, he does like a weekly vlog, so lets you know what's happening on there. They'll give you more updates on what's happening with that. But as part of the heritage system, they've been trying to repair and restore a lot of stuff going on in the church.
So we'll head over to the Abbey and we'll see you then. So here we are, just walking around the church now, and we had a quick glimpse, but there it is. Wow.
So the Illuminated Abbey project is basically where the ruins of the Abbey is illuminated with different images, colours, and as part of that there's a theatre company within the Abbey that will talk you through ghostly, ghouly stories, some of the heritage of Whitby and the Abbey itself. But again, this is what you see when you come to the very top of the hill before you make your entrance in.
So this is the entrance, and that is the queue right there. It goes all of the way around. So here we are, we just got in through the tickets, and you have all your stalls here.
The moon is splitting up over Whitby. We're nearer and nearer now to Halloween. That time of the year. Strange things start to happen. Those you might already have noticed. Strange.
Saturday, 1st of November.
Shouting out.
So the first story begins. Yeah, the first animated story begins at half 6, and then there's a break, and then it's a repeated performance again at 7:45. So you don't have to be in for 6 o'clock.
So see, the Abbey's all illuminated there. You have some fire pits there, and also some stalls over here.
We got. Have a look what we've got going on. Oh, we've got a beer stall. Might have to have a bit of that. Beer and Abbey blend. Mulled wine.
Roast chestnuts.
If you don't like crowds, don't worry. We're performing again at 7:45. So you can just set
Also
up
Cadbury hot chocolate and coffee.
7:45.
We have I Love Lucy's food stall there, and Whitby fish and chips here.
Yeah. You can obviously come in as well via the car park entrance at the rear of the Abbey. So if you do arrive by car, there's a designated Abbey car park, and if you're a member, that parking's free. And if you're not, then you can pay the parking. From the 1st of November, it's free parking everywhere in Whitby apparently, so it's like classed as winter season. But that brings you in the same way, but you'll enter on the main fields and come across and see the Abbey in its all glory.
We came in that way last year. There's a bit of a trek to come over the grass and stuff, but it's probably easier than coming up the steps and waiting up there.
Yeah, and the view was really nice last year, so...
But yeah, that's the Abbey all illuminated. So we'll have a walk around and we'll see what's what.
The wind has dropped away.
Like the guy said, it's not raining, so it's fine.
The night is still. All sorts of things might be walking out there in the long grass, in the dark shadows of the Abbey. And let's see if those things, if those strange manifestations make themselves apparent this evening. You look after yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Stick together! Don't leave anything behind. I'll talk to you again later.
We're going to go in the actual...
We'll go out and follow the trail, I do believe. Maybe we'll just take our own trail.
We have all the crazy characters out as well.
Yeah, so they
and
have
that's not just the visitors, that's the other people.
That's the people. They have like an enactmentary and theatre company who come in every year. And again, the story is the undead or the dead walking or something this year.
And like I said, last year was was it last year or the year before the Dracula one?
Last year was Dracula's anniversary, so they were all like telling the tale of Dracula in like reenactment, which was really good.
So we'll see what they're doing this year.
45 degrees north, 5 degrees south.
It's much more, I think it's much more illuminated. I know it's the Illuminated Abbey, but I think it's much more illuminated than it has been in the past.
Yeah, and then also when you come to the Abbey, when it's not illuminated, none of these sort of guide ropes and things are here.
Which I think is nice because it gives you some sort of strategy to follow and to walk along. And you're actually taking in all of the ruins, and if you come to the edge here, you'll be able to see the main entrance gate where we came in. There is still a little bit of a queue here to get in there. People are very, very keen, but as we said, there's 2 performances of the event, 6:30 and 7:45, because it runs from 6 till 9. So you do have ample time to come in, and you can come in and go out and come in.
I suppose if you're not too bothered about the talks and presentations, then you can just come in whenever you want and just have a stroll around.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see the amount of volume of people and the volume of actors and people that are present in the Abbey at the time as well. So that creates a whole feeling as well that's not necessarily there during the day. There's a lot of people in a small concentration. So
should we head up that way, or do you want to go along that way?
I think we'll head down this way, so here when the story starts actually.
Came out of nowhere.
By the time we've got there, it starts at 6:30. And if you want to join us, for our full ride through the
Thank you, Dick.
you'll need to be
45 degrees
down
north,
here.
5 degrees south.
Front to where the food and drink, our lovely food and drink friends are. Place yourselves down there.
Look at that, all lit up.
It looks unbelievable.
So when we start, we make your way through the Abbey, down the ramp, and then we all get back here. And during the course of our tours, we will move you around.
So they're saying there you've got 15 minutes to go around, so it must be about 6:30 on there, so we got through in plenty of time. It was 5 to 6 when we got in the queue.
So it didn't take too long to get through. It's worth it to go it. As you can see, all the light bars, they're not here during the day, they must get set up on an evening, but it just really accentuates all of the detail of the artwork, and it's phenomenal to think about the time it's been here. Some lovely little features. We've got some batch editions this year. Just look at that one. Really, really good.
Yeah? Yeah. There's this little ramp here. You can get through.
Thank you. No problem. They have made it quite accessible as well for those people who may struggle with mobility. There is ramps. There are a few steps, but a lot of it is ramped. So you can get around with like walkers and wheelchairs.
Normally during the day you can walk in this bit here, so you can sort of get in and get up here, but they must have cordoned it off just to keep sort of football safe and secure.
And obviously on the paths as well. There's the moon peeking through over there, giving it a little bit of an eerie feeling. A couple of days till Halloween, so
That's the light. So here we have some different random lights. Obviously you got the red on the other side to light it up there. Just shows all of the architecture in its full glory.
as you can see it's starting to fill up a little bit now. It is a ticketed event, so if you haven't pre-booked you can buy the tickets on the day, but obviously that's depending on the number of people. I'm assuming this weekend it'll be very, very heavy in footfall because it coincides with the Goth weekend. So it'll probably be sold out. If you haven't already got a ticket and you fancy one, I would definitely recommend pre-booking one. Oh, it's such a great over. And this is the pathway that we were mentioning before that brings you up from the other car park, so the overflow car park as such. It's lit up, which is nice. Last year it was sort of lit up, it wasn't as lit up as this, but it's really nice to see it lit up so you can see where you're going. And then that brings you about onto the main section. Are we going to head round the back, do you think?
Yeah. In the dark.
In the dark, yeah. It's not as well lit on this side. It's very imposing though if we go further back and then look at.
Yeah, but then I think this is
One of the staged areas.
probably where they'll have the first.
First one's down on that platform where we came in.
Right.
Possibly moving to this second one.
And I'm guessing with the sounds and the people talking about 45 degrees north and stuff, it's going to be something to do with the sea.
Oh yeah, maybe the ocean or some sort of sea disaster. Oh look, I can see another station, another stage station, so it's a bit like a reenactment or a storytelling with characters, which is really interesting. But
It's like the Dracula one, which sort of took us all the way around the Abbey, essentially, and told stories from there. I think there was one set over there, which there is again, over there.
yeah, another staged area over there.
Yeah. So you have it there, if we come back.
That's enough, otherwise we'll end up in the lights.
was trying to get in the light so we can do some finger puppets, shadow puppets.
Shadow puppets. I don't quite think it's got the. It's not working.
I thought you'd come. The seekers after the truth are drawn to this place by powers that are invisible. In my previous life, I was an explorer. I sought out the most distant and obscure people and places. I wrote of my findings and my adventures. I was famous. I thought that I knew everything that the world had to show me. I was so wrong. Fire. To me, then, it was just another useful tool. Another thing like a map or a compass. I saw no magic in it. If only I knew then what I know now. I was invited to lead an expedition into a mountainous region in North India. My son, a gifted mapmaker, who had already acquired the nickname Young Pargeter, begged to join me. I was proud to have him along, so we set off on our adventure. And myself, my son, and our party of guides journeyed deep into the mountains. At night, we could see fires burning. Sometimes we heard pipes and drums, but always at a distance. I decided I had to investigate further. So, against the advice of our guides, we carried on into the mountains. And the next night, I left my son behind at the camp for his own safety, and I climbed on alone. As I got closer to the fires, I could see hooded figures who chanted as they circled around, plunging their hands into the flames to draw out burning brands and cast them into the air. They seemed to draw power from the fire as they cast them further and further in dizzying patterns, crisscrossing each other. It seemed that they felt no pain. Suddenly, a flash of lightning tore open the skies. A deafening crash of thunder followed, and the skies opened as the rain began to fall in torrents. The flames roared against the deluge. Occasionally, I could see a spark fly into the air. I watched as one crisscrossed above me and landed at my feet. It was then that I knew that they knew that I was there. The flames knew me. I scrambled down the mountain in blind panic, but the fires followed me. The flames seemed to surround me on every side, reaching out, grabbing me, and I fell! When I awoke, I was in a cave. In my time in India, I had learnt the ability to speak many different dialects. So, I called out. Nothing. I tried to speak, to explain, when suddenly a flame was held close to my face, blinding me, and a voice spoke. The voice told me that the ceremony that I had witnessed was a secret one. Any outsider witnessing it would be cursed. As a punishment, the voice told me that my entire party had drowned in a mudslide caused by the rain. I had lost my beloved son. My pride and curiosity had brought about his untimely demise. I think I passed out again at that point. How long I was in the cave, I do not know. The voice told me of an ancient religion of fire worship. I had felt its full force. I had lost everything dear to me. And so, I decided to devote myself to the study of the supernatural power of fire. I lived in the mountains for years. I learned ancient rituals to harness the power of fire to help me create miracles. And then, one day, a stranger arrived. He too was an explorer, as I had once been. He was Hungarian. He asked me about my experiences. I told him my story. To my amazement, he knew my name. I told him of the tragedy that had befallen me. We talked about the rituals that I had learnt. He wondered if I had ever thought of using the power to resurrect the spirit of my son. He suggested that I return to a place where my son and I had had happier times. I immediately thought of Whitby. We had had many a happy holiday here. And so, I left my cave and returned to England. I have studied hard. The flame will bring back my son.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Abraham Van Helsing, and like my great enemy Count Dracula, I seem to be drawn back always to this place. Count Dracula is a cunning foe, ruthless and remorseless in his desire to enslave us all. The vampire has no pity, no mercy. I have fought him many times, and I have driven him back into the shadows, where still he lurks, as the undead are doomed to lurk forever. My friends, of all the species on this earth, we are the only ones who carry with us a knowledge that one day we will die. Perhaps out of a fear of our mortality, we believe that within us there exists a spirit, a soul, if you will, that will somehow survive our physical end. Where this soul resides, I leave this matter to philosophers, but what if this soul could somehow be communicated with? What comfort could it offer us for what lies ahead? Now, my friends, at this time of the year, when the world of the living and the dead go closer and closer together, there are those who believe that somehow they can communicate with those who have passed over. Grief and hope can take the mind to strange places. Places where darkness waits to entrap you. The dead are the dead. They should remain so. For if they are encouraged to once again walk the earth, it means that there is no more room in hell.
That's a bit melodramatic, isn't it, Van Helsing? I'm sure these people have come here with open scientific minds. There's no need to terrify them. Oh, Marchester. Still playing with matches, I see. You've got to be careful with that. One of these days you'll spontaneously combust.
Very witty, Professor. Science has all the answers, I'm sure.
Well, science is the only true means of seeking the answers.
I can't waste time here. I need to prepare. Tonight's the night.
Don't let me keep you, dear boy. You go and prepare for whatever this is.
And tonight is the night.
Poor fellow. Poor Pargeter, eh, Van Helsing? Deluded but harmless. Oh, he's gone. Probably off to frighten some more children. Well, ladies and gentlemen, whatever else you may have heard tonight, if we wish to understand the unexplained, then the best avenue open to us is the scientific one. Now, I have spent my life's work in the study of sound waves. invisible sound waves that spread out in all directions, all the time. And I have created an instrument that is capable of detecting vibrations previously undetectable. Now, these tiny vibrations I have named auditory oscillations. Now, my studies have proved that these oscillations, once created, can remain for years in the atmosphere close to their origin. They do not decay like ordinary sound does. Now, I have refined my instrument and I made an incredible discovery. The echoes of voices from the past, locked in time and place, trapped in the atmosphere. Now, doubtless, you will have heard of the instance of HMS Scarlet, the battleship that was lost just off of the coast here. It was equipped with the latest radio telegraph. The ship collided and foundered. Now, my brother, a young naval lieutenant, was the principal radio operator. Now, the ship was sinking fast, but he stayed at his post, sending out a distress message and the ship's coordinates. But in the panic, he had been given the incorrect coordinates. And his messages were sending rescue ships to a position some 30 miles away. Well, my brother lost his life, as did many others. If the position had been correct, he would have been saved. Well, of course, there was an inquiry, and at length, my brother was found to be at fault for giving a false position, but I could not believe that he had been in error. So I went out and I spoke to every survivor I could find, and I had the truth of it, just as I've explained it to all of you. But how to prove it? Well, I knew that science might have the answer. About a year ago, around this time, a visiting professor took a keen interest in my work. He too was enthralled by the possibilities of auditory oscillations, and he suggested some modifications for my instrument, and he was right. Because for the first time, I was able to pick up the traces of voices from the past. And so I hope, by these means, to be able to at last hear my brother's voice and finally prove his innocence.
But if your brother is dead, how might you hope to speak with him?
Forgive me, madam, have we met?
No, I have seen you walking on the cliffs beyond the abbey with your device, whatever it is. I am Miss Victoria Linnet.
Honoured, I'm sure. I am...
Professor Ernest Richter.
Oh, how did you come by that?
My brother told me.
Oh, is he on holiday with you?
My brother is dead.
I'm sorry, did you say dead?
Yes.
Well, then how can he tell you my name?
This is the first time I have been to Whitby Abbey for many years. I last came here with my brother, Charles. Charlie, we always called him. Poor Charlie had been ill for much of our childhood, and the doctors recommended the air here. We were having a family picnic in the ruins. Charlie had gone off to explore. He was so happy to be free from doctors and outdoors. When he found the pond, he was overjoyed, and he called me to him. Back then, the pond was overgrown with long grass and weeds. We saw something moving deep in the weeds. I grabbed hold of Charlie's hand, terrified, but he just looked at me, winked, freed his hand and strode towards the pond. I watched as he disappeared into the reeds. I heard him moving through them. Then there was a splash and a cry. Charlie was in the water and I could tell that there was something wrong. I could hear him struggling to get free. I heard a scream, then I was running back to my father and mother, but it was too late. I never saw Charlie again. My mother was heartbroken. Of course, I blamed myself. But that night, as I lay crying in my bed, I heard a voice. It was soft at first, but then it got louder, clearer. It was my dear brother. Charlie told me I was not to worry, that he was safe on the light and not in any pain, but most importantly, he was not alone. There were others there. From then on, Charlie spoke to me to comfort me every night. He told me I had to prepare myself for more sorrow. Sure enough, within a few days, my dear mother died. Shock and grief wore my father down, and he too died. I was sad, but I still had Charlie. When I was sent to stay with relatives, Charlie came too. He spoke to me, told me of what lay ahead, and comforted me. And so, I grew up. Charlie has never left me.
Victoria Lynette. Now I remember that name. The medium who talks to the dead in theatres.
I try to help people when I can.
Well, this is just nonsense. Where's the science?
I cannot explain how it happens, only that it is real.
No, madam, it is not. You are just like poor Pargeter and his fire tricks. You are deluded, madam.
I have a gift. At my father's funeral, a distant relative, told me I should take my gift and use it to help people, to step bravely into the public domain. So as soon as I was able to, I did.
Oh, this is just unprovable nonsense.
Miss Lynette!
Oh, good God, who the hell are you?
This is Jenkins. Jenkins is my maidservant. What is it, Jenkins?
Oh, Miss Lynette, it's the voices again in my head. Oh, I'm so scared.
Jenkins has a similar gift to mine. Not as developed yet and still frightening to her. Come, my dear, some fresh air will clear your head.
I have work to do too. Scientific study. Good day to you.
So, my friends, 3 you have met who believe that they can communicate with other worlds. There are more. To find them, you must follow the light. Go! Go, go to the ramp, around to the east window. Go! Do not leave anything behind. Stay together. Stay in the light. Do not stray into the darkness. Go!
So the story continues. We just showed the first part, so if you want to watch the rest of it, then head down here and yeah, you'll be able to catch up on it.
No spoilers from us, but needless to say, it's been another epic evening here at Whitby Abbey, part of the English Heritage. We are even considering rejoining because I've had a fantastic evening this evening. Other than a bit chilly, I would definitely say wrap up. Look, I'm like laid up. Wrap up. Be prepared for a little bit of walking. It can be quite long, so it can be quite uncomfortable if you're standing all the time. But as a general whole, we thoroughly enjoyed it yet again, haven't we?
Yeah.
So check out us for more vlogs, more adventures and more trips and see where we get to next. But for now,
See ya.
see ya.